Yeah, but getting always closer towards those like interfaces we see as idealistic, isn't that also what makes us hold back to receive real, real moments?
W- You have to elaborate, actually. What you mean by that?
To elaborate on that, you said you have a certain type, like you are part of a cloud of people, and within that you want to sustain and attract this kind of energies that you're seeking and that you're giving and want to receive.
Mm-hmm.
But what is so different than difficult then to sustain that, right? To give that a real shot on a long term.
Why do you think it's difficult?
Because then other things come into play,
Like what?
like all your values, all your like baggage, all your pros and
You
cons.
got to get rid of the baggage. This is the point. Like, it's not a maintain. There's no maintaining. You get rid of the baggage. Like, this is the idea. You don't want to bring the baggage to the person. And, like, if you truly deal with the baggage, it's in behind you. You know what I mean? And these are the things that you work on for when you get to that person.
Uh-huh.
And actually, just interestingly enough, some people like people with baggage. You know, some people are attracted to people with baggage. I don't think it's in a good way, but that's what it is. You know, it's just the reality of the situation. But like, you know, it's the thing is you're supposed you would I I would be making these changes in myself. These are permanent changes. You know, like I'm not like, and the thing is even if it isn't with her in particular, and I let's say I met someone who wasn't concerned about any of these other outer things, and they were only concerned about what's inside of me, right?
Mm-hmm.
All I've done is just make it easier for them to like me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if I'm still the same good person that I would hope that I am on the inside, all I've done is made the package a little bit nicer and brought some bonuses to the table, like, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what I'm saying. Like, I would say that, like, I know for sure, I know for 100% fact, there are quite a few women walking around quite a few cities and countries that would love to be in a relationship with me. I know this, you know, and I'm sure everyone knows this for themselves. But
And
I'm only speaking for me. But the thing is I have a certain thing that I want, and those two things have to match up, you know?
mm-hmm. And also for the other person around.
Well, they already decided that they want me.
Oh yeah. Hmm.
You know, so and
What shall you do then?
well, I mean, I right now I don't see here's the reality of the situation, right? That I have to deal with.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm actually getting older now, right? And so even though like maybe I'm peaking out at this certain age, and I feel like, you know, it's easy for me to, of course, like I don't have to choose any one of these women that wants me because I have so many options or whatever. But there's like a moment when my options are going to dry up, you know? and then I'll just be an older guy. You know what I mean? And then then I'll have to like make some changes, and then I'll have to like make some concessions. So like that's what that's just the
But
reality of it,
it's now or then.
huh?
Either now, decide now or then.
Yes, yes. But the thing is like the decision is going to kind of get made for you when you get older. Because at a
Also.
certain point in time, the likelihood of you even being able to attract the kind of person that you want, you know? Because, like, let's say, I don't know how old she is. Like, she's what, like 35? She looks like she could be in her mid 30s, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, the one that that version of her that I'm thinking about is 35 and is always going to be 35.
Okay.
When in at if I'm in my mid 40s now, right? Actually late 40s. So I may be able to get that 35-year-old version of her. But when I'm 60, I can't get the 35-year-old version of her unless I'm like killing it in other ways, like unless I'm like super, you know, but I mean, I'm planning on trying to keep my body nice and everything like that. But my face is getting older. I can't run as fast. I can't like
Mm-hmm.
physically do all of the things that I'm. Someone else that might want her can provide for her. You know what I mean? So
Yes.
So I got to deal with that. So the question is, do I make some adjustments now and deal with what I can, or do I say maybe I gotta try to become a billionaire in my 60s in order to still be able to get the 35-year-old version of this girl? You know what I mean?
Okay.
So and that's dealing with it in a realistic way.
Okay. Yes. So you're dealing with the struggle of how long can you go always with a 35-year-old?
Sure. Or 25
Okay.
year old.
Okay. Okay. But it's not particular one person. It's like always keeping the 35 going.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that like
Let's be honest.
The
Let's
well,
be
the
really
reason
honest
why I
here.
say the 35-year-old version because I may not view her the same way as the 50-year-old version of her. You know, like Helen Mirren. Actually, you know who Helen Mirren is?
No.
Uh, you look her up when we get finished talking. She's like an older woman. I think she's in her 70s or something. Like she might be in her 70s now. I still think she looks good. This woman is going to look good until she dies. I think, right? And um, but but I don't. And actually, I think she even looks better. Like when she started getting into her, like she was a good looking 20, 30-year-old woman, but then she was a really good looking relative to her age. You know what I mean? Like a really good looking woman for her age. Like she just had the right features that, you know? And so the thing is, or Angela Bassett or something. I like her too. But like, um, the reality of it is, as I get older, as my earning potential may decrease or whatever, or whatever, I lose my ability to have that kind of woman. And so, do I do it now and okay, you know what I mean, I'm here right now and these are the kind of women that I can attract now, so I to get one of them, or do I hold out for the big score? Do I keep trying to hold out for the big score, if you could say it that way?
Yeah, okay. Okay, big score. Uh-huh. So you're looking also for
Yeah.
the one that you can score that looks like Helen Miller.
Well, I would now I'm on this Palina,
Karina.
whatever her name is.
Palina gonna also age beautifully.
I think so.
She's gonna age beautifully.
Okay. Well, right now she's looking quite nice.
Yes.
And so what's the yeah?
So you look. So you wanna. Okay.
But
Okay.
she isn't the one because of the way that she looks. I'm just imagining if she had the personality of the person that I described and looked like that. Because if I was just going for the personality that I described, I could there's plenty of nice women I could be with.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So you have a specific type and you're going for it.
Sure. Yeah. You do too,
You
right?
don't. You. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then you have to face reality. It's not that easy.
Facing the reality is not that easy.
Yeah, and you have to live now.
I mean,
Just like,
I
but
have
in a.
faced reality. Like I could say, like I would say, 99.9999% of the world would say, Hollis, you have no chance with this woman, and I would not disagree with them. That's
Mm-hmm.
accepting the reality of the situation. You know, but the thing is, I don't just like not do anything and say I want this woman. I do everything that I do the things that I think could get me in that kind of position, you know?
Mm-hmm. So you're also willing to work for that.
You don't have a choice.
But is it for every man to say that they look for that like one stereotype and then adjusting towards that?
I mean I would say that any person that wants something specific and doesn't do what it would take to get this specific thing is needs to think about it a little bit more because you can't like
Just a little more thought. Put a little, please a little bit more thought in it.
yeah, because like this would be like yeah, oh, I want to climb Mount Everest, or I want to like swim across anything that you want to do. You have to put some sort of effort into it. Like you can't say to the mountain, crouch down so that I can get on, like be at the top of the mountain. Like, you know what I
True,
mean? Like,
true, true.
and so if you want someone on this level, like if you know,
Absolutely right.
you can't not do something.
But I'm doubting that you and me are really seeing what is in front of us, and maybe we have it already. I'm doubting myself today.
What you mean,
Like
doubting what?
just because of my think stuck my head stuck in the head of like this dream person.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I'm thinking he has to be this and that, I cannot see the reality that I have already something really beautiful, which is not maybe not fitting my stereotype or my type, but will make me so happy in the long run. Like I just have to give love into it.